Let's go!
Let's go!
Piece of shit. What a walk-off.
Let's go!
All right.
Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Yes, I freaking said it. And I know it's crazy, but there's one asterisk that I will include into this conversation. But first, let's break down this absolutely positively insane game. Get to this rollout here. And first things, I do want to include that the Rams defense is obviously not the absolute best. Completely different world with no Aaron Donald out there. But still, this guy is absurd. So he thought about throwing this football here to Mack Hollins. And then on the scramble drill, he is deciding, hey, am I going to run? Am I going to go for it? Hollins does a good job finding a window. And look at this flick of the wrist to Mack barefoot Hollins to the inside right here. And this is just absolutely positively absurd quarterback play. My goodness gracious. And obviously a big benefit of having Josh Allen as your quarterback. Probably the second best tush pusher in the NFL. I thought this was going to be a nuclear Amari Cooper game. I also saw my guy Josh Larkey felt the same way. You get a play action fake. And look, the protection wasn't the best. Rams do have pass rushers. Guy right in his face, Josh Allen, got the Grinches on, stealing Christmas from the Rams here. I really do like this concept as well before I show you the throw. It's kind of an inverted flood, right? Normally when you run flood, it's vertical here and the inside guy is running it out, and then you have something run into the flat. But this time it's a vertical here, come back behind it, and a running back into the flat. So this is very intricate offensive game planning right here from Joe freaking Brady. And once again, this protection wasn't the absolute best on display. It really doesn't matter because Josh Allen is just that mother effing dude. And he does have a wide open Amari Cooper right here. Really, really, really good stuff. Yeah, so this was absolutely insane from this game. Josh Allen was under heavy pressure. Unblocked blitzer coming right through here. And Allen, in the face of it, while getting destroyed, blitzer did hold up, obviously, he is able to find Mack Hollins. And then we get to here, all right? Obviously, Allen really didn't do a whole lot. Most quarterbacks are completing this screen. But Joe Brady, when it comes to play callers, there's not many who's better at scheming up running backs out of the backfield, right? He did this at LSU and made Clyde Edwards-Helaire a lot of money, obviously. And it's off to the freaking races. Really good stuff. All right, let's pick it up here. First play of the third quarter. And, you know, there is a downside to Allen's game. Obviously, the intermediate accuracy can be a little weird. So you get Curtis Samuel on a safety linebacker type right here. And obviously, you mechanic experts, let me know. Is there anything off with this? The ball is clearly behind him, and he can't make the play there. Okay, so 3rd and 10 here. One thing, and this is just a completely side topic here, it's going to be interesting if the NFL addresses this during the offseason. I've seen a lot of twist stunts where the only job at the end is just blow up the guard, right? So you'll see right here, Jared Verse has this tackle beat really badly to the inside, but that's not his assignment. This is his college teammate, Braden Fisk. They're both rookies. His job, of course, is to come clean out this guard, but he actually hits the center from behind, right? A little rabbit punchy, if you will. Is that blindside block? He is trying to block a defender to get Fisk around here. So to me, that should be a penalty, right? But nevertheless, we break this play down. And look, you get a pre-snap motion here, and Josh Allen actually misses a big one. Now, obviously, this pressure exists. It's not the absolute craziest pressure, and he could have got this football off. Once again, the team is down 10. They're trying to run mesh. The Rams have the perfect defense for mesh right here. They have everything just covered. So versus mesh, if they're playing zone, you always want to hit the route behind it, the hook behind it, okay? So it's not quite a hook, it's a dig. And you'll see that Shakir, I don't know if this was a dig or not. I think he could have gotten through this a little bit quicker, all right? So when you're running through here, just fire through here. So Allen sees him, and I think it's just kind of a bad route by Shakir. He just kind of stops. The ball is missed, but this was a big gainer, and you have to punt. And you're down by 10. All right, it's 3rd and Clarence center. All right. This is a lot of yards to pick up versus a pass rush like the Rams. All right. They decide to do a 3-man rush with the delay attached to it. Part of the reason you delayed this rush is because of Allen's ability to run. So you're kind of a QB spy in this spot. And Allen, with this good protection, he decides to work the one-on-one at the top of the screen. Amari Cooper, of course, a viral play, from that Star Wars movie with all the stormtroopers. It was a blizzard last week. And look at this ball location. Bang! I mean, goodness freaking gracious. And Amari Cooper makes a big play. Now, 2nd and Sanborn. You're down by 7 freaking 10. And guess what? Josh Allen, in a good pocket, decides to do Josh Allen stuff. All right? Contain is broken from Jared Verse. Fisk can't get around. And guess what? I mean, I don't even know what to say about this guy. I don't even know what to say. This is Mahomesian, right? Mahomes is the absolute best at this. Or is it Josh Allen? Because obviously Josh has more juice in his legs than Mahomes. I know that doesn't sound smoothly worded at all, but it's just true. When it comes to being a running threat at the quarterback position, there's Lamar, there's Jaden Daniels, and then right after that, you have to put Josh Allen right in that tier. This is a 3rd and manageable, and we get to the Shakir touchdown, okay? Got a twist stunt up the middle. Protection is really good. Allen sets his feet here. It's kind of a little quasi rollout, and Dan Orlovsky did a good breakdown recently on how the Bills use trips bunch. It is their 3rd down converter. In fact, pretty much every team in the NFL. When Kirk Cousins was actually playing good football, these types of plays were magic for them. Pre-snap motion into a bunch. It's so hard to sort this out. And Shakir, his Jets are almost as good as anyone's. He's able to prevent the shoestring, and now we got to make this safety miss. And look at this. Bang. Run after contact into the end zone for a tutty. 3rd and Billington Heights. Yo, I have got to get to Buffalo to go see a game. And I will admit this publicly. I am not really a Josh Allen fan. All of you know I am a Burrow and Jaden Daniels fan. I love those two more than every other quarterback in the NFL. It's not even freaking close. All right. But Josh Allen is freaking Superman. Okay. Yes, it does help having some really good offensive linemen like Dawkins who threw Jared Verse to the ground right there. But y'all, I mean, what the hell? What the hell is this guy doing? Is he a madman? Is this guy even a human being? He is not a warm-blooded mammal like the rest of us. I'm sorry. This guy breaking freaking tackles? Are you kidding me? In Grinch cleats in L.A.? That's still good hustle from Jared Verse to chase him down from behind right there. A little horse collar action right there. Allen was grabbing that horse collar. Let's go, bro. So, first play of the 4th quarter, and this gets in freaking sane. All right, so what happens here is they're running a double move with Mack Hollins, and they're running an out and up with Khalil Shakir right behind it. The problem with that is it creates a lot of traffic if you're running these guys into the exact same spot. So you're showing a quick out to Shakir, and then he's going up. All right. Obviously, in this situation, I would prefer, and I have a tough time believing Brady designed it like this. Could just be my LSU bias. I would prefer Hollins here to run a post, right, to clear out more space over here and draw this safety over. But by running this double move to the outside, this allows the safety to get over the top. If you were just doing that, you're probably getting Khalil Shakir for a walk-in touchdown. But the safety is actually playing Hollins, but the ball is actually being thrown to Shakir. Okay? Now, before we get to the throw, I always want to shout out the pass protection. It is really good here for a longer developing play. That is really good stuff, and Allen throws an absolute strike. Okay, don't like the design, but it gives Josh Allen another rushing touchdown. Really, really, really spicy stuff from the freaking Buffalo Bills. I would love to know if that was actually designed like that, but still, what a throw, what a catch. So the Bills finally get a stop, and guess what? It's Josh Allen time again on the 2nd and 4. The Rams look to be running a variation of two-man under, and obviously if you're running two-man under, the one thing that becomes very valuable is a QB scramble game. All right, it does look like there is some kind of a quasi QB spy playing zone coverage underneath. I won't say where this guy went to school, but it was a very good school. Josh Allen, of course, is going to put him in a blender. I mean, goodness gracious. Get this guy a Tide sponsorship because he puts defenders in straight spin cycles constantly. I mean, look at the speed of this guy playing a full freaking game of tackle football, and he's still able to burn linebackers. And this is what happens when you as a quarterback just beat a team into submission, okay? You're like, F it, we're just going to play the softest coverage in the world. They're hitting us with deep stuff. We're going to play zone underneath to stop the QB scramble game. When you get this tired, it just opens everything up. Because you see, it looks like the Bills to the bottom here is trying to run something very similar, a vertical. It looks like this is an out and up right here from Khalil Shakir. It is. But guess what? If they're sinking this far back into zone, you just want to play pitch and catch. Look at this. Wide the frick open to our guy, freaking Curtis Samuel. I thought he was going to really eat in this offense, but he falls forward for a nice gain here. So we have a weird defensive alignment on this touchdown, a quasi wide 9 technique. It looks like too high, but it really is single high safety. And when you see single high, you should throw a slot fade for a touchdown so that safety, you don't see him in the back of the screen. We're actually going to use some help from Buffalo Bills legendary coach Brian Daboll. Check this out.
Charlie Wright, house FN.
Okay, Xn.
Xn.
That's okay. And then if it's cover 1, what do we want you to do? Probably.
Throw a touchdown.
There you go. And some people thought this actually made Jaden Daniels look bad. He actually threw a ton of touchdowns versus single high looks on slot fades, and that's exactly what the Bills do here. Even if the coverage is good, if you have an elite quarterback, first off, the thing I like about it is it's a quick hitter. All right, so protection really doesn't matter. Look at when Allen is actually ripping this bad boy, okay? Notice, if you're going to play with this much anticipation, this makes me think that this was just an auto, hey, I see single high safety, I'm going to run a slot fade. It's so hard for the safety, even if he's sprinting over here at full speed, to get over to a ball thrown at a 45-ish degree angle. Another reason I like this play is, as you can see, it's on the opposite hash. So this is the furthest distance the safety has to travel. This is far more effective in college where the hashes are even wider. So look at Allen. Look at when he's deciding to throw it. It's so quick. Mechanics, really good wide base. Just throws that football with a lot of velocity, super tight spiral, and look at this ball location. Bang. I mean, goodness gracious, y'all. Please, someone give me a change of pants. Someone. Somebody. Tutty. All day, every day. Look at this. Another thing I like is you could stagger your release, too. It doesn't have to just be right off the jump, go. Still, the coverage is good. Mack Hollins does a good job hand fighting here. So he reaches down at the elbow to get the DB off balance. It's really good stuff. But Stafford and Josh Allen are the best at this, throwing balls that catch the receiver more than the receiver catching the ball, if you know what I mean. Crazy stuff. Man, I thought at first when I was going to rewatch and evaluate this game, it was going to be a lot of just Josh Allen Supermaning, but man, I really do like some of the designs from Brady. Now, obviously, I'm very biased because, but truth be told, I loved this route concept. 2 verticals and you're running a deep over here to Amari Cooper. You're down by 9, right? So you really got to get down the field and score something quick here. So let's move ahead to the second and Wanaka, right? You had a false start Dawkins penalty, and then on the next play, Jared Verse forced Allen to miss Hollins on a dig. It was actually the same kind of concept that they hit Cooper with on the play that you just saw. So right here, Rams have very bad pass rush lane integrity. You never want to give Josh Allen this. I'm a little shocked that he elected to go to Ty Johnson here in the flat instead of just running this. I understand, you're down by 9. You want to get to the sideline. You still have 3 timeouts left. I think I messed up. I think I said that was 3rd and 15 or 2nd and 15. That was 3rd and 15. Now we get to 4th and 15, okay? Allen in a lot of trouble here. All right, good job, though, by the guard pushing Fisk past Allen. So he has a good pocket. And, man, I actually really like this decision. You step up here, you're just running 3 verticals versus, a cover 2 look or a middle of the field open look. It is easy to say, hey, this go ball to Hollins is there because it is. Now that I look at it, I am a little shocked that he didn't just rip this. That's picking it up, but he sees that Shakir is man-to-man versus this middle of the field open, and he decides to throw this go ball, and it's short. All right, if you lead him, it's a touchdown, but obviously there was a lot of pressure right here. So Allen probably was like, hey, if I show this over here, it's going to draw this safety here, and I'm going to have this space open. So he pumps and decides to throw, and while that happens, look at the arm strength to still get this through, and he's getting hit, and he's still able to get that for a nice pass interference there. All right, so we move ahead to the 2nd and 1. In any other situation, Josh Allen is running here, but because you're down by 9, you don't want to burn a timeout either. You want to throw this football into the end zone. So this is actually a really good decision by Allen to try and back shoulder this. He might have been able to run through that and score, but man, you get a pass interference penalty, and on the very next play, Josh Allen is able to pound it in. But, of course, the Bills lost a close one in the grand scheme of things. So let me be clear. I said at the beginning, Josh Allen, best quarterback in the NFL. I truly do believe it. He's by far the MVP favorite, even though I think my guy Joe Burrow deserves a lot of love. But when it comes to carrying a team, nobody does the heavy lifting quite like Josh Allen. I still believe Sean McDermott shouldn't be the coach of this team. I think he should have been fired years ago. I still believe, and I'll be honest, since this is my first deep Bills video focusing on the Bills, I've always been a believer that Brian Daboll should have been hired. I tweeted that out at the time, and look, the Giants isn't any proof of him being a bad coach. I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. I think he should have been the MVP last year, and I think he should be the MVP this year. Now, when I say he is the best quarterback ever, asterisk, that asterisk is he is the best quarterback to have never been named first-team All-Pro, to have never have won an NFL MVP, and to have never have been to a Super Bowl. And he very well could be the best individually if you just separate all those and, ors, buts, whatever. But that's the thing that's very interesting is he has no hardware to prove his greatness up to this point. Now, once again, he is a heavy favorite to win the MVP this season. I think he will. But it is interesting that his all-time legacy, and he still has at least 5 more years of prime, his all-time legacy, though, is not cemented with anything of real relevance outside of a second-team All-Pro and an AFC Championship appearance. And that's a daggum shame, right? Because the way I look at Josh Allen now, the peak that he is playing at is as good as most Pro Football Hall of Fame members you'll see, right? He just doesn't have that postseason or award accolades yet. And that needs to catch up, or else you really do need to make a head coaching switch. But, best quarterback to not win an MVP yet. I mean, obviously, to me, that's Drew Brees, but remove my bias for the Saints. yeah, it's probably Josh Allen. Best quarterback to not be in a Super Bowl. Obviously it's him or Lamar, but other retired guys, I think you would have to say Phillip Rivers. Either way, you saw that stat, right? Only Otto Graham. I mean, that's back in the days with the leather helmets, right? I mean, goodness gracious. I can't even think of any current athletes named Otto, right? Other than, now this is a throwback. Who remembers Rocket Power? But either way, Allen, congrats. You're balling out of control. So, Buffalo fans, comment down below. I got to get on the road. I'm going to see a pretty famous musical artist. Give it your best guess down below. And whoever gets it right first, I'll send you a Josh Allen card in the mail from our friends at nooffseason.com. Floating in your face, another all-time great. Had a really good game this weekend. Check it out. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! And tonight, we're doing Wang.